Sorry guys, I did not get to make a fight prediction video about Moses Itauma versus Jermaine Franklin. I was basically dealing with funeral stuff to do with my stepfather. However, I was well aware that the fight was happening. I did watch it live today, and oh my gosh, it did not disappoint. Number one, Jermaine Franklin is a tough fighter. He went the distance with Dillian White. He went the distance with Anthony Joshua. This was after Anthony Joshua's loss to Andy Ruiz, I believe. Yeah. Oh, I think it may have been after he regained the belts. I can't remember full details. But either way, he went the distance with those two. And Moses Itauma made him look like he was standing still. First of all, Moses' feints were just sending Franklin off all over the place. Then his speed was the trouble, because when Jermaine Franklin went back to the corner, he even said to the guy, to his coach, he's like, I'm trying to time his speed. I'm trying to, see what he's doing. And basically his coach didn't have the best advice for him. He said something like, oh, just do what you do and let him deal with what you're doing. But the thing is, Moses Itauma was picking him apart. He was going to the body shots started hurting him, you could tell. And then once he was hit to the body and his body was getting messed up, every single little feint, he was biting on it. And Itauma just started picking him apart. And in round number 3, I think he hit him with a shot to the body with his right, and then he came over with a big overhand, bam, right on the top of his head, and he went face first, bam, into the canvas. Now, granted, he got right back up and made it for the rest of the round, and then he gave a decent showing in round number 4. He actually hit Moses with some shots, but you could tell he was still dazed and he was still trying to gather his feet. And then come round number 5, that's where the magic came. I'm going to put a link to the fight in the description so that you can see the knockout. But basically, Moses hit him with a giant left uppercut. Bam! Jermaine Franklin, he didn't even know where he was. He was out on his feet. Maybe another half a second went. And then Moses hit him again with a right just to drop him. And it was a bad knockout. I mean, he fell flat on his face. Boom. I believe that Franklin did actually beat the count and got up, and his corner wanted him to carry on. He's like, hey, we beat the count. But the reality is Franklin didn't even know where he was at. And he, obviously, if you've watched Jermaine Franklin fights, you'll know he is not an easy guy to knock out. So when Moses was being interviewed at the end of the fight, he even said, he was like, I tried to get him out of there in round number 1 and 2, but he said I couldn't do it. So we went back to the game plan, started digging him at the body, throwing hooks to the body. It was really bothering Franklin, but breaking him up to the body is what actually opened up the headshots. So if there's any takeaway from this fight, it's 1, Moses Itauma is not just a hype job. For any of you Americans that think that, it's just because you've not been watching boxing. Number 2, this dude has got the quickest hands in the division. People talk about Andy Ruiz speed. He's way quicker than Andy Ruiz. The second thing that he has, or the third thing that's his advantage, is he's got good footwork. He was able to hit Franklin and then move and not get hit every single time. Franklin only hit him with a few shots and they really didn't even do anything. So he's got power, he's got the speed, he's got the footwork, he's actually got quite a high IQ. And don't forget, this is the key, the dude is only 21 years old. 21. They said he would have been the youngest heavyweight champion. He would have beat Mike Tyson's record because he could have done it. But Frank Warren is bringing him on slow, and he couldn't have had an attempt at the belts because Usyk had all the belts, and then Usyk was fighting Tyson Fury, so all the belts were tied up. So he didn't have an opportunity to even fight for any of the major belts. Could he have won one of the major belts? I have no doubt. This guy would destroy someone like Daniel Dubois. First of all, he's more powerful than Usyk. Second of all, Daniel Dubois struggles with southpaws. So that would have been a nightmare fight for Daniel Dubois. And I think Moses would have ran through him easily. Now, can Moses beat someone like Usyk? I don't know yet. Here's why. All of the people that he's fought have probably been orthodox fighters. And Usyk is a southpaw like him, which opens him up to different types of shots that orthodox fighters are not going to make. Number two, Usyk also has slick footwork, but if you just watch the videos, Usyk's speed versus Itauma's speed, I don't even think it's close. Usyk is fast, he has like deceptive speed. Itauma has almost like middleweight speed. It's crazy. And he also hits a lot harder than Usyk does. So I think it would be a really good fight. I think from an experience standpoint, Moses Itauma is not ready to fight someone like Usyk yet. Usyk's seasoned, he's come up from cruiserweight, he's gold medalist boxer. So Itauma, I think, would have a hard time with him. But this is the heavyweights, baby. One punch can change the whole thing. One punch. I'm super impressed. Honestly, if you put Moses against AJ, I love AJ. I'm an AJ fan. AJ's my guy. But Moses would destroy AJ right now. I truly mean that. It wouldn't even be close. He's too fast and he's too strong. And AJ's been knocked out a few times. And I think mentally, he's not all the way there. Plus, he's been in the car crash and all that stuff. Could Moses beat a young AJ? Yes, absolutely. AJ had power. He would be able to knock Moses out. But as far as like their skill levels, he's faster than AJ. He's just as powerful as AJ. But the speed makes the difference. And his footwork is better than what AJ's footwork was. And I think I would say his IQ is higher than what AJ's IQ was at the same age. So I think he just has the advantages. But in the link down below, watch the fight or watch the highlights if you haven't seen it yet. Do me a favor, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Let me know what you think of Moses Itauma, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.